Hey guys, today I have a bad hair day, but we just ignore that and start with the video. I wanted to give an update on my recovery because I think since I went 1000% all in, it's been a year. And what do I mean with 1000% all in? Well, I went all in before. I went all in 2 years ago for like 3 weeks. And then I started restricting again. Then I went all in again in maybe April 2020 when the lockdown started. And then I started over the summer slightly restricting again. And it was like not 100% all in also because yes, I ate a lot and a lot of chocolate, but I didn't allow myself everything. For example, I thought still that drinking soft drinks was just a waste of calories. So now looking back, I don't consider it as an all-in approach, even though it was very close to really letting go. And then, as I said, a year ago, I went all in, really all in. So I started eating everything I craved. I started getting out of my comfort zone. I started not moving at all. And at the beginning, of course, I still had restrictive thoughts and I still restricted a little bit, but over the time it went more and more away. And at some point, I just stopped restricting. And my body image, which is something I still talk about a lot on this channel, is something that affected me for the longest time because I was extremely insecure. And yeah, so then over the time, it got better and better, and now I'm just so confident. I'm shocked at myself. Sometimes I even think I have kind of a god complex. Like, of course, there's still moments where I'm like, okay, no, I'm not pretty, you know. But then I see pictures of myself and I'm like, is that you? How do I look the way I look on that picture? Or when I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, okay. And yes, I'm also still not very happy with maybe my body, but I'm much more happy I think that I've ever been in my life, except for the time where I absolutely didn't care about it when I was a child. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I have these riding boots that I don't fit anymore because that part, let me show you, this part is too big for these boots, which is super annoying because they were very expensive. I bought them when I was younger. And also, I'm still very heavy, not gonna lie. Like, my weight is very, very high, which is okay, but still, it's kind of like, I think a doctor would look at me like this because it's in the overweight BMI range. And that's not great, you know, but I just, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? I've spent so many years struggling with so many stupid ass things like eating and body, and now I'm just free to live my life. And sometimes I'm in a situation that I've had before, but the last time I had this situation, I was still just completely obsessed with eating thoughts. So now being able to just live freely, for example, last Saturday we went to a bar and then we just ordered a burger and then we started playing Uno, and the whole time, like, not once I thought about food. Not once did I think about my body. I was just completely in the moment, completely enjoying, and it's just back then, half of the night I would just have been worrying about some stupid ass thing that was not important, but I looked pretty, you know what I mean? So it's just super stupid, and I'm just so happy that, yeah, it's not that way anymore. And then something very personal, I've had a crush on a guy since also forever. Really, I started liking him 4 years ago, and there was always ups and downs. When I liked another guy, I would not care about him anymore, but then whenever I didn't have any other crush, I would get back to liking him. And I was always too shy to talk to him, and I don't know, we just never really talked. We were just in the same kind of like friend group sometimes. And then during my ED, I sometimes thought like maybe he liked me, but maybe also not. But we never talked. And then as soon as I started recovery, we started hanging out more in that group, and like I sometimes got to talk to him, but never alone. And that was super surprising because I thought he would never like me the way I look after recovering, because he's super skinny and like the same height as me. So why, you know what I mean? Like, why would he like a bigger girl than he is himself? Then, and that was like in my mid stage of recovery where I was still lighter than I am today. And then I went to France for a year, and then when I came back, I was over him, but I started crushing on him again as soon as I started hanging out with him again. Not with him alone, but as I said, in the group. And now, last Saturday, we again went in this group to the bar. And then the reason why I even went with that group was because he asked me to join them. And then for the first time, we actually talked together a lot, because he was sitting kind of like opposite of me. And then we even walked together like home and talked and stuff. So I'm just so shook, because I'm thinking like all of these years, one of my worries of being recovered and being at a heavier weight was that guys wouldn't find me attractive anymore. That was really one of the biggest worries that I had. And also that, especially him, because he's so skinny, wouldn't like me anymore. And now, being the biggest size I've ever been, except for when I was with more overshoot weight also, so like half a year ago. But anyway, being that size that I am now, bigger than him definitely, and bigger than my old me, we hang out more, and it's like there's more potential of us getting together, which is just so mind-blowing to me, and I'm just so shook, but so happy, because in the end it shows me like the version of me that attracts most people is the happiest version, and the happiest one is at this weight, because I'm just fucking recovered and not with my mind in some food problems. Or yeah, I think you get what I mean. Like, I feel like I'm truly starting to live, because since a while I don't have eating struggles anymore, and now I'm also completely letting go of any body image struggles, like lack of confidence. So I actually get to enjoy my life to the fullest, which is insane. And I'm so happy that I just went through with that stupid ass recovery, because now I'm 21 and I'm just enjoying life instead of worrying about every single thing that exists. And yeah, that was a very, very personal update, but I just wanted to share that a lot of the worries that we have when we have an ED, like about getting back to being healthy and like at a higher weight, they're usually not true. They're very much created by our ED thoughts, and obviously by the diet culture thoughts of, oh, bigger means less attractive. No, honestly, the most attractive you is the happiest you, because would you rather hang out with a beautiful person that is sad and has no bubbly energy, or would you rather hang out with a maybe less unattractive person because of society's beauty standards, but that person is just so fun and so happy? I think honestly everyone would choose the second one, except you're extremely superficial. But yeah, I hope that could maybe in some way help you. And I'm just so amazed by what this has brought to me. And I feel like this recovery wasn't only like helping me getting over my ED, but also before I had my ED, I was very obsessed with the way I looked, and I thought like, oh my god, I need to have a thigh gap, blah 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 blah, otherwise I'm not gonna be happy. Guys are not gonna find me attractive. And now I kind of am starting to get this brainwashed thoughts out of my head and having like a clear vision of what is real in life. And yeah, I'm very, very happy. Bye.